Let me make sure that we got everything going. Let's go ahead. Okay. Just a couple excellent. We got some people in the chat. Just a couple thumbs up. Make sure that everything is going good. You guys can hear me. Audio, video is going well. Mr. Cole, Jan, thank you for coming today. I appreciate that. Excellent. Hey, Chris. How's it going, bud? Cool. Well, I'm assuming you guys can hear me since we're interacting in the chat. Sweet. Okay. So today we are going to review some really cool stuff, or Ahrefs or Ahrefs. Man, I hate the name of the company because it's always like, how do you pronounce it? I know them at the company, they call it Ahrefs, although there is an A at the beginning. So we are going to be looking at a new Webmaster tools, and just to make sure that I was like completely starting from scratch, I have not even set up an account yet. So hopefully that'll goes okay. I'm gonna set up an account. I'm gonna load in Weaver Space and just air out all my dirty garbage, because we'll see all the bad stuff that I've been doing, just to show you that I'm not perfect either. So anyway, let's go ahead and actually let me show you something off. If you know, I was a couple minutes late, and it was because I was testing out something new. If you were on the Hangout last Friday, you know that I was playing on with an update with QuickFlip. So I'll show you kind of what I was doing. So QuickFlip is my stack that kind of like flips cards. Well, I thought I'd add a lot to it, actually. It's actually turned into something pretty cool. And so I've been playing with some 3D animations on that. Now, right now we see it as a cube. I'll be honest, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to do the cube thing. By adding a top and bottom portion, it's actually really tricky to maintain, because as you rotate things around, the orientation of the content might not be the right way. So I don't know. I haven't given up on it yet, but yeah, we'll be able to rotate content at a minimum. Here, let me show you just at a minimum what we'll do. Hold on, let me just oops. Let me just comment some of this code out. That was me just playing around and doing some crazy stuff here. All right. So if we go ahead and do it like that, right? So something like this, where you can easily, hold on one second. Let me comment that line out too. All right. So there we go. So as you see, we can rotate to a side, or and potentially we can have like unlimited sides. So we could just keep flipping, and have this really cool 3D animation. Essentially, we'd be making a shape. So if you had like 5 sides, it would be a pentagon, right? So it would rotate, I don't know, whatever 360 divided by 5 is, right? So yeah, I thought that was pretty slick. I like it. Yeah. And so I'm playing around with the top and bottom ideas. That really only makes sense if you're going to be building a cube. But anyway, pretty cool stuff here. I'm pretty excited about it. So anyway, there we go. All right, but we are here to talk about Ahrefs, right? So let me go ahead and just start a new browser window. I didn't want a new Finder window. I wanted a new browser window. Okay. And we're going to go to ahrefs.com, and I'm assuming what's the resources? They don't have a link to it. Okay, well, I'll just do Ahrefs Webmaster Tools. I think it's a is it a subdomain? There we go. Sign up for free. Okay, so I'm at ahrefs.com/webmastertools. Not sure why they don't have that in their menu, but okay, whatever. Sign up for free. I'll sign up using my email. 1 second, let me just go ahead so I can set up all my passwords and stuff just in case I don't type it wrong. Using the tools, improve your SEO performance. Oh, check my email. Let me go check my email really quick. Told you I didn't even sign up for an account yet. We're doing all from scratch. Of course, mail wants to be slow. And we have to wait for the email to come through. There it goes. Activate. Confirm email. There we go. Boom. Boom shakalaka. All right. Let me create a password just using my favorite one password here. Generate password. Save and copy. Okay, so here we go. We are going to we can either import our site from Google Search Console or we can add it manually. For easiness, I know I already have everything Weaver Space added into Google Search Console, so I'm going to import from there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say import. That way I'm not going to spend time adding stuff manually. That just sounds like it's something that takes a long time. So that's going to ask me to authenticate with Google. We're doing that. Allow all kinds of stuff here. Let's see. And it's importing. For right now, let's just do Weaver Space. Import. And we twiddle our thumbs. I should have done this and then showed off Quick Flip because that would have been smart. Oh, wow. That was fast. I am a little nervous on how long is it going to take for them to index all this stuff? Holy shoot. They already have a lot of it. Even though I told it not to. Told it not to do this one or this one. Hide. There we go. Okay. That's interesting. I guess Ahrefs is really like a huge search engine as well. Like, they troll the internet and store and have their own database of all this stuff. So interesting that, it actually kind of makes sense now that how it was so fast, right? So, wow. Okay, let's click on, health score. Hold on 1 second. Let's choose this start crawling. Okay, so they're crawling my website right now. No clue how long that's going to take. Probably quite a bit. I don't know. We'll see. Oh man, look at it. It's trolling all kinds of stuff in real. This is pretty cool. So let me get back to what is Webmaster Tools, right? So if we go back to overview, it's crawling my site, but hopefully, it's crawling, so I don't have a score. Right now my score is 97. Woohoo! That's impressive. I'm sure after it finishes crawling, I'm not going to have a 97 though. Right? So, Down here, it has top issues, right? So redirected page has no incoming internal. Redirect page has no incoming internal links. So we can kind of just go through and fix a lot of this stuff. Let's see what this one is. What URL is this? Weaver space. HTTP code. Let me go back. I guess we can go to all issues. Let's see what all issues are. Internal pages, 404 page, 4XS page, indexable. A redirect page has no incoming internal links. Not quite sure what that means. The destination page of the redirect has no incoming internal links. In this case, there is no way your website visitors can access it from your website apart from a redirected URL. How to fix? Where possible, edit links to the referring pages so that they point to the destination page directly. View affected URLs. It's my home page. That's confusing. Not sure what to say about that. Maybe I have a redirect somewhere, redirecting to the home page. I'm unsure about that. I have some redirects here. So it found a bunch of redirects. Interesting. Some stuff that probably shouldn't ever be linked to, but somehow they're finding links to it. Just some total CMS stuff. A Weaver space / hangout is a 301 redirect. That's supposed to be a 301 redirect. Calendar is a 301 redirect. That's supposed to be one. Okay, interesting. I'm learning about this tool as we are as well, right, guys? So, here's some more actionable stuff, right? So it found I don't have an H1 tag on 7 pages so far. Meta tag description too long. Title too long, right? So that's kind of cool. It gives us a bunch of little things that we can fix. Some of these other ones, like this redirect page one, I'm not quite sure what that is. 404 page. How to fix. Review your list of 404 URLs on your website. View affected URLs. I'm assuming that's my /404 page. Yeah, Weaver space not found. That is my 404 page. It found. It's because this redirects, and it redirects to not found. Okay. If you look first found at Weaver space /design /ID. This technically should never. You should never be able to go to this URL. This is a total CMS thing, right? So maybe I have a bug in total CMS 2 that I have to fix, because I've seen a few of these URLs. Maybe they're getting wrongly linked somehow from somewhere. So something I could dig into. No follow pages. Okay. Well, as there is, here, actually I was talking to Guy about this. HTML lang attribute is missing. They're on 12 of my pages. So that is something that can be fixed in RapidWeaver, right? So we can go ahead and set the, actually in RapidWeaver 8, we can set that now. Okay. Let's go to what's this crawl log? Oh, this is it actively trolling my entire site. Interesting. Page Explorer. Let's see what that is. Okay, this shows you every page and that page's individual score. Okay, interesting. Kind of cool. Well, interesting that shows JavaScript files as well. Wonder why it would do that. I think it would filter those out. Link Explorer. Let's see what that is. Link type. So it's a JavaScript. Is it a follow or no follow? So follow or no follow means for can are search engines allowed to follow that? So there's a attribute that you can add to a script or link tag called rel, REL, and you can have that set to be like no follow, right? And that would say to search engines, don't follow this URL, right? So on and so forth. So we can see like all my outbound links, from various pages. and whether or not that page has been crawled, which is interesting. So, like for example, my terms and service, I have that set to in my robots file not to index this page. So my terms and services are not indexed by Google, or neither are my terms of service or my the other legal thing. Okay, interesting. Sorry if this is kind of boring. I'm just kind of flipping through this. And this is amazing that we get this for free. It really, really is. Link opportunities. Not sure what that is. How to use this. In this report, we're looking for relevant internal link opportunities where links from one page on your website to another page on your website. It's link building. Okay, so it's going to, I'm assuming after it finishes crawling my site, it's going to give me, hey, maybe you should link this page to this page so that people can, okay, interesting. Not sure how they determine that, but these guys at Ahrefs are really, really good. So let's see, what's this? Structure Explorer. Oh, you get to like, man, they like go all out. You can see the entire structure of your site. You can see like, so /designs, /submit. Oh wait, no, index. Where's the one that's? Not sure what these numbers are. Maybe they're, total URLs it's found. Okay. Reports, internal pages. Total pages crawled. It's found 2 issues. 404 and 4XX. We kind of looked at those. HTML pages, it found 13 of them. Obviously, I have a lot more than 13. Probably chances are I should have done this beforehand so that we can kind of get a little more intelligent, feedback. Privacy policy. Thank you, Roy. I just noticed in the chat. Thank you. The other legal thing. Why? And if you're wondering why I don't have those indexed by Google, I don't know. I just figured they're not something I need people to be able to find my website via terms and my terms and service or privacy policy. They're linked on every page. They're just pages I don't necessarily want Google to rank me for, right? So I have them in my robots file, so Google will ignore those files. Pretty minor thing. It's not, probably wouldn't hurt me, but I don't know. I figured I was setting all that up. It didn't really make sense for me to have them in Google. Indexability distribution, non-indexability causes. Canonicalized URLs. What is that? Interesting. Interesting. Okay, so this is kind of cool. So if you notice here, this particular URL. Here, let's look at this URL. Let's open it in a browser. Okay. If you can see this up here, let's open my little magnifying tool. So I have Weaver space /stacks layout equals list, right? Now, if you've never knew this was actually possible, a lot of you probably didn't even know. It's these little buttons right here, right? So you can actually go to my stacks page and have this layout, this list layout, instead of that fancy grid, right? And that's just done by adding some parameters to the URL. And if you click on this particular one, it'll then take you to layout grid. Now, Google will see these as 2 different URLs. Okay, so it would have Weaver space /stacks, right? It'll see layout equals grid and layout equals list as 2 different URLs, and then it'll also see a URL with none of that as a different URL, right? And obviously, if you put none, it defaults to the grid. Okay. Now, I just want to tell Google, it doesn't matter if you go to the URL with list or the URL with without list or with grid. I want you just to know that the canonical URL, the URL that you should index for any of those, is going to be Weaver's space /stacks. Okay, and that's done with a canonical URL tag. You can add that if you're using SEO Helper. That is what a canonical URL is. Okay. So it tells the search engines essentially, no matter what you think the URL is, this is the URL that you need to index for that page. And that's essentially what Ahrefs has found, right? So it's saying that we have this Weaver space / stacks layout equals list, but the canonical URL for that is Weaver space / stacks. Okay. And actually, it found the other one down here. We have stacks and layout equals grid, right? So it found that link, but it says, oh, the canonical URL for that is this one, right? And for some reason, I have another one for answers / updating stacks 3 to, interesting, it looks like it's redirecting to the same URL. Not sure why that is. I'd have to look at that. Okay. Interesting. Where was I? I was in these reports. That was indexability. Okay. There's 8 pages that have non-200 errors or non-200. So, whenever a web page returns to the browser, it should return a 200. That is a successful return, right? And you're familiar with the term, the number 404 means a page not found, right? So, obviously, if we go to the page not found URL, it gets a 404, right? And then here we do, there's some redirects here as well. So, and a lot of these, some of these I could probably fix. Like I could find out where this is getting linked to or from, and probably remove that link somewhere, because that's getting redirected to the 404 not found, because it doesn't exist. And for some reason, I have, maybe that's the redirect. So I have, if you go to HTTP Weaver space, okay, it does a 301 redirect to HTTPS Weaver space, which is what we want, right? Because we want secure websites. Oh, actually here, over on here, first found at. So somewhere on my page, okay, got it. Interesting. So on my home page, it's finding some of these things. I'll have to look into that. I'm wondering if maybe it's not doing some JavaScript indexing or something like that. Okay, interesting. Let's look at links. So here we have overview. So we have 150 internal links so far. No broken links internally. That's good. External links, it's found 71. Links by type. Okay, we can kind of see that. Internal pages. Outgoing do follow links. So here's all the do follow links, the links that are followed. Internal pages with incoming do follow links. Okay, and all these are clickable. I'm assuming that's just going to bring up that list, which is kind of cool. If you want to get more detail about why that is, you can easily see all the URLs that affect that chart. It's kind of cool. There's some interesting ones. Top internal anchors. So we have a join calendar, privacy, obviously privacy policies, terms of service. Those are all internal links because they're on every page, right? Because we have to for legal purposes. About, start here. Okay. Top pages by incoming links. Top domains by incoming links. Interesting. So these are the top domains that have incoming links. Interesting. A lot of those make sense. Various social media networks, forums, Cartloom, YouTube, all make sense. We can look at all my redirects. Ooh, apparently I have 4 broken ones. I think those are those have to do with this total CMS thing. Where it's redirecting, and the redirect is a 404. So that's something I'll definitely have to look into. I'm not gonna do that right now live, because that could get kind of hairy and geeky and techy, and I really have no clue. So we won't dive into that one. Go back to redirects though. It's interesting to see how many URLs get redirected. Kind of a nice overview. Let's look at on page. Title tag. Okay, so this gives you things like, I have one page where my title tag is too long. So if I click on that, page is that? Oh, my homepage. So apparently my title tag is too long on the homepage. Just curious, what is that? Let's go look at it. Cool. So let's see. Let's look at this. What is the title tag set to? Here. That doesn't look too long. Title length 72. Apparently 72 characters. I forget the maximum title length. Well, let's go back. That was in our errors too, right? So if we go to issues, title too long. See Google's recommendations on, oh, it's 50 to 60 characters and mine is 72. Okay. There we go. So a lot of these are nice, you know, I mean, quick, easy things that you can fix, right? Actually, me not having H1 tags on 7 pages is kind of crazy. That's pretty good. That's pretty cool. You can view those affecting URLs. Interesting. So a lot of my supporting pages, so my stacks page, my support page, my start page, a lot of them don't have H1 tags. I'll definitely have to fix that. Interesting. Let's go back to these reports. Let's do social tags. What's all these? Oh, it found. Okay, so pages. Oh, this is cool. I'm pretty good at setting these. Oh, some of these I don't have Twitter title set. Okay, that's interesting. This is kind of a cool way to do a little audit of your pages to see OG type distribution. Oh, website. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Basic open graph. So I out of all the pages that's indexed so far, I have 100% on my OG stuff. I'm missing some of the Twitter specific tags on a few pages, it looks like. So I don't necessarily set OG title, description, or image. The reason I don't do that, I'll be honest, is because Twitter, if you don't provide a title, description, or image, it defaults back to the OG stuff. So, well, this is giving you an error. I don't know. I don't think it's a huge issue because I know that Twitter actually falls back to the OG tags, which is why I actually don't define them. But you could, right? So if you wanted to, you know, make sure everything was all green, you could define title, description, and image as well. That's kind of cool. Just I see this just kind of a cool little audit tool to kind of audit your website. And you can't beat the price. I mean, it was free, right? You cannot beat that at all. Localization. Oh, do I have duplicate content? Let's see. Oh, it looks like on one page, oh, it's not set or empty. H1, no, oh, okay. These are because, so apparently the description, we saw these in other errors on the page that have H1s and descriptions not set. But it's kind of cool that, you know, for SEO purposes, you know, we've talked about previously in the past how you want to make sure that title tags and stuff like that are unique for every page. And this is actually comparing that. So right now it's indexed 10 of them, 10 of my pages, and it's found that every single title is unique. And then every single description has been unique so far as well, right? So that's kind of cool. It makes sure that we don't have duplicate content, and it's just another thing that we can, you know, help audit our websites for. I like it. Very nice. Let's check out localization. Missing href link. Oh, okay, interesting. So right now, well, it's possible that maybe we're getting errors because I didn't set the page language up apparently. Here, let me show you how to do that in case you guys don't know how. I'll open up my Weaver Space project actually. There it comes. Which is odd. I swore I had that language set, but we'll check. Sarah, you're late. Uh-oh. Just noticed that too. Drum roll. Actually, we're just, while Stacks is loading, we're going to go here. So you just set your site language to be English. And it should automatically just kind of work. Well, let's check. It's possible that I was just, when I originally set this, let's preview the homepage here. What is going on? Here it comes. Okay, preview. Go to open up the Explorer or the Dev Inspector. Okay, so maybe if the current version here, I have lang equals English. Now let's go to the live homepage. Interested to see. Yeah, it's not set on my published one. Apparently, maybe that was a bug in RapidWeaver that got fixed or something, but maybe just visiting this page, because this was a new setting inside RapidWeaver 8. So I did originally design this site in RapidWeaver 7. So maybe just by the fact of going here and playing around with that setting kind of kicked it into gear. So if I were to republish these sites, I'd have lang equals en on all my pages, right? So as you see right there. Okay. Now I on the community, Guy Woodland was talking about SEO Helper and how inside SEO Helper, and we put in a different project that's a little smaller, easier to work with here. SEO Helper has a stack that helps you configure the language of your page. Okay, so come on, edit tags. So if we add that, okay, and we can do site language somewhere. Page language. There it is. Okay, so and you can set that here. Okay. However, the way this works, it actually does require that you have a language set, and then it just kind of modifies it. And this is great for multi-language setups. If you're required to if you're using something like Agent and swapping the languages on the fly using Agent, you'll want to make sure that when something is set to Spanish, it actually sets the page language to be Spanish as well. And you can do that with SEO Helper. Okay, so that's quite an important one. Okay, let's go back to Ahrefs here. Another thing with Ahrefs lang. So this is another thing with Agent. If you set something in alternate language. So right now I only have English, but so I'm not really worried about any of these localization errors because my entire site's in English. But it would be interesting to see, on multi-language sites, this is another thing that's required, alternate language. So you can give the URL to the alternate language, URLs of a page. So if you have an English page and then you have an alternate URL, here's an example of adding lang equals DE for German, right? So that for for German, actually this is set to English, you'd set this to be German, right? So that's actually the proper way. So we'd say language equals German and then append this to the URL, right? And again, this is something that you could use in conjunction with something like Agent to do that dynamically using SEO Helper with Agent. All right, performance, interesting. Let's see this. Okay, well, I'm getting pretty good performance scores. That's nice. Let's see, load time is less than 500 milliseconds. It's cool. I'm sure as it crawls more pages, I'm gonna have more red things here, right? Let's see how that crawl log's doing. It's crawled 118 URLs so far in durations. It's worked for 4 minutes. Interesting. Okay. Oh, it hasn't crawled anything for quite a while though. I wonder if it. I'm assuming over time it crawls a little bit over time, and this will update. Interesting. And what's this bulk export? Oh, interesting. You can like export this to all this data to a spreadsheet, and if you want to, if you're a spreadsheet lover, then you can do that. Okay. To all issues. Oh, this is kind of cool. Okay. So here I get to show you all the particular issues that are possible. And then even if I don't have any of them. Okay, that's cool. So 404 page. I'm not quite sure why it's giving me an error on my 404 page. I'd have to do a little bit of, let's see. Review the list of 404 URLs on your website. Check the number of in links and give a 404 URL to access the list of pages that link to it. So my 404 page is returning a 404 error. Maybe it doesn't like that. Interesting. Because when you visit the 404 page, it gives. I mean, technically the 404 page isn't a 404 error, but I just have it always giving out the 404 error. Interesting. I think that's a pretty minor detail that I don't think I'm going to necessarily worry about. 4XS status codes. I think this is let's see, a 401, 403, 404. Okay, well, it's kind of misleading because because I have a 404 error. We also have one 4XX page error. Okay, any pages timed out. So this is if you have some pages that are just timing out. 500s. These are actually really bad. Okay, these you never want a 500. So if and 500s are if like the PHP or the server actually crashes, right? So this is actually really good to periodically check if you have any 500s on your website. That's a good thing. And I also think Ahrefs actually does, like I saw when I set it up, that it could do like a monthly check and email me. I wonder if we can. Is there settings for that? Let's see, verified I'm the site owner. Account settings. Oh, what is the site audit? Okay, interesting. They call it here site audit, but on the okay, so it is the site audit tool. All these other tools, Site Explorer, Keywords Explorer, I believe you get access to those, or you get better full. Oh, here for Keyword Explorer, that's like I think it's $100 a month. It is a fantastic tool. I recommend if you really want to take SEO seriously, it is a really good tool. But it is $100 a month. Now let's see, Rank Tracker. That's another thing. That's paid. Contact Explorer, same thing. Okay, and there's probably other tools here. But the site audit looks like Site Explorer is free as well. I wonder what that is. Here, let's put in www.weavers.space in here. Not really sure what that's going to do for us. Oh, it gives you like a whole thing. Ahrefs length. Oh, rank. Oh man, I'm ranked really low. So I am ranked 339,000th in the world. Oh boy, that makes me feel just great. Roy asks, are PHP and HTML pages treated the same? Yes, if you are using index.html and index.php as your names. So the answer is yes, they are, as long as you're using that index naming scheme. Roy, hopefully that helps you out. There is a lot of data here. You can see your rank. Am I going up? Man, I've gone down in my rankings. Uh-oh. I've been a bad boy. I did something bad on that day. What did I do on that day? I dropped like 100,000 points. What the heck? Man, I'm going to have to look into what I did on that day. That's a big one. Okay. But my the number of referring domains keeps going up though. That's interesting. You know, so people are linking to me. That's cool. Referring pages, that's going up. That's a nice uptrend. New and lost referring domains. So that's how many new domains I have referring to me and how many ones I've lost. Okay. Interesting. You know, a lot of this data you get, and you know, even myself, I'm like, okay, what does that mean for me? Like, what what do I do? And I'm just being brutally honest with you guys. I don't know. Like, obviously, this means that I get new people that are referring to me, maybe linking to me or something, and then every month I have a small number that stop referring to me. So, I guess that's why my referring domains thing keeps going up. I gain a bunch of, you know, every month, and I lose a little bit every month. So, but the uptrend is always good. That's always good to see, right? And I guess they started tracking in 2018, because that's when it starts. So I'm good to see an uptrend. I'm sure larger sites have, you know, a lot bigger numbers than I do, but obviously they probably have millions or thousands. But we're a pretty niche community here. Here you can see the TLD distribution. I'm assuming these are the TLDs that link to me and where in the world they are. Interesting. I have more people in Canada linking to me than the US in the United States. Interesting. Oh, I have 17 people in India linking to me. That's interesting. Not sure how they determine that. That's cool. And then anchors. Oh, these are the anchors that people are linking to me. So people are, you know, linking to Weaverspace and going to Weaverspace. People are linking to Vimeo. What is my username? Joe. That is a weird one. And anchors with no text. Maybe it's an image. Someone's linking Joe Workman. Okay. Interesting. This is actually quite interesting, seeing the anchor text that people are actually using to link to me. That's kind of cool. At least nothing's derogatory. Man, there's so much data here that you can go over. And this is all free as well. This is in Site Explorer. So you can just put this in and kind of gives you all your data here. Let's go back to the site audit tool. Let's wondering if they've... oh, how do I go back into the... oh, there it goes. Not sure what I clicked different. Okay. So, we were going through issues and looking at, I kind of got off on a tangent here. Canonical, I've talked about canonical URLs. See, no follow pages. I have one page that's no follow. A lot of this stuff, I mean, these warnings, they're not necessarily bad. It's just kind of saying, hey, you have some no follow pages. Yeah, I do. Okay. And I have some pages that are set not to index. Yeah, I do. So yeah. So, I mean, you can go through and verify some of these things, but doesn't necessarily mean it's bad, right? Okay, indexable. Page has no follow and do follow. Oh, that's, yeah. So if it found a page that was set to no follow in one way and maybe do follow in another way, you can get errors on that because it would be conflicting, right? Do we follow it? Do we not follow it? You probably want to fix that. An orphan page has no incoming links or internal links. Okay, so there's nothing linking to that particular page at all. Page has no follow internal links only. So you have a page that has, not sure why that's a bad thing. Search engine bots won't be able to reach the pages via no follow links. Besides, no link quality be passed. Okay. So it's saying you have an internal link on your site, but you have that set to no follow. Maybe that's not a smart idea. Okay. Page has no outgoing links. Okay, so a page that has 0 links. Maybe you want to have a page that has 0 links. I don't know, but yeah, most of your pages are probably gonna have links, at least menus and all that stuff, right? Page has links to broken page. Okay, so linking to a broken page. That's actually good. I'm wondering if I'm assuming that also test external links as well, because a lot of times we don't have insight to whether or not someone else took down a URL. So that's actually good to know. HTTPS page has internal links to HTTP. That's a good one, right? So we want to make sure that for an HTTPS connection, we don't want to link to an HTTP resource. That's something that I know a lot of people actually have that. So that's actually a good error to look into. Canonical URL has no incoming internal links. Not sure what that one is. Let's see. Similar to duplicate pages of a website must specify canonical URL to instruct search engines to show the most authoritative version of a page. In the case of URL has no incoming internal links, there's no way for people to reach it while browsing your website. Oh, so maybe you have an internal URL. You have a URL set to a canonical URL that doesn't exist. I think that's what it means. I think. Okay. Broken redirects. We kind of went through those before. A redirect loop. That's actually really, 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 really bad. A redirect chain. Meta refresh redirect. Meta refresh redirect. There's a website that have. Oh, okay, got it. So it actually, if you use my auto refresh stack, it actually uses a redirect method via a meta tag. So by default, it refreshes the current page, but you can have it like redirect to a different page after a certain amount of time. And yeah, for SEO purposes, if you wanted to do a real redirect from this page to that page, you don't want to do it that way. You want to do that in like htaccess or something like that. But so this kind of gives you errors on that. That's cool. Multiple title tags, title tag missing, multiple meta descriptions. So these are pretty apparent, right? Meta description tag missing. Those are all apparent. These are warnings, which we've talked about. All cool stuff. I'm probably boring you guys. Here's a bunch of localization. It'd be interesting to see some of these errors on a localized website. HTML file size too large. Oh, interesting. Wonder what file size it recommends is too large. Doesn't say. Broken images, file size too large. Page has broken JavaScript. That's an important one, right? So if you have JavaScript errors on your page, chances are it's going to be broken for your users. You don't want that. Okay. I'm not going to go through every single one of these errors. It is interesting. And yeah, I think I've gone over a lot. We have a little bit extra time. Does anyone have any questions about this or really anything? I'll go over whatever. I got 10 minutes. We can chat about whatever you want. And while you guys are thinking of your questions, just want to talk about the Weaverspace Summit coming up, right? Because we are 4 weeks away now from the Weaverspace Summit, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be awesome. We have a great lineup of speakers coming up, and I think you're going to love it too. It is just really, really amazing. So hopefully you guys are going to join us. Head over to summit.weavers.space. And this is the last week until I believe Monday. The ticket prices go up about $25. So if you're debating on going, please pick up tickets now so that you don't lose access, right? Some really cool stuff coming. I'm going to send out another email tomorrow that has some more sneak peeks at some of the speakers and some of the talks and whatnot. So hopefully we'll look forward to that. And yeah, I don't really see any anything in the chat room. So we're going to call it quits for today, I guess. I hope you guys learn this a little bit, get an overview of what the tool is. Hey, you can't beat the price, right? it is here. Let me share this again. Let me share my screen so we can kind of see it. I think Ahrefs is a quality, very, very quality is it just a quality service. And yeah, if you're not following them, their blog, follow them on Twitter, follow them on YouTube, whatever your or follow them everywhere. They give such phenomenal content. You don't necessarily need to be paying a paid customer of their tool. You will learn a lot about SEO by following them. Okay. So they're just Ahrefs everywhere. I really, really, really recommend their YouTube videos. Sam O is a great guy. I've met him at conferences a couple times, and he just does a phenomenal job teaching about SEO. And their videos are very on point, and basically they talk generally about a topic for most of the video, and at the very end they show you how you can use Ahrefs to fulfill that need. So there's a lot of things that you can do and learn from them, even if you're not a paid customer. And I think this is a great tool. Smart from them for building this to kind of get people into their ecosystem a little bit further. And maybe eventually you can, sign up for their Keyword Explorer and their more advanced SEO tools if you need to. But tools like this are great, and you can't beat the price. It's free. So definitely sign up, load your page in there, load your sites in there, and it can't hurt. You can only get better and fix those errors. I saw Jan, let's see, posted, Joe, you know where I can find good information on how to configure Google Analytics? On how to use Google Analytics or just how to configure it. So when you go to Google, you'll get a snippet of code, and then you just essentially put that snippet of code right here. So when you set up your site on Google Analytics, so you go through the setup tool for all of them, and then they'll give you a snippet, a JavaScript snippet. You just paste that JavaScript snippet right in here. So yeah, it's pretty simple in terms of the integration into RapidWeaver. But yeah, you'll just have to go to Analytics and go through their account. You're gonna have to verify your account or verify that you own a website. And there's a couple different ways they can do that. And their instructions for setting that up are pretty decent. So yeah, definitely check that out. Hopefully that helps you a little bit. Okay. Measure School YouTube channel. Okay, so Carl says Measure Tool is awesome. Here, let's check that out really quick. And Jim, I saw your comment. I'll ping you later today. So if we go to you, Measure School, huh? Okay, cool. I'll subscribe. Okay, so Carl says Measure Tool is good. I'll check them out. Is their stuff still current? Oh yeah, look, they still releasing all kinds of stuff. So check out Measure School. Okay, sounds good to me. Cool, thanks, Carl. Okay, guys, hopefully we'll see you over on Weaverspace. I'm going to hop back into Quick Flip and continue trying to pound that out. And actually, I need to go feed my stomach. I think my stomach's starting to eat my brain. I'm so hungry. So I'm going to go do that. Hopefully we'll see you guys, some of you on Friday at the Hangouts. And go check out the Weaverspace Summit. And that'd be awesome. So cool. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your week. Go out there and make something great, because I know you can. And we'll see you next week. Take care. Bye, guys.